Few days ago, I was having a webinar related to abuses, and while we were discussing about different types of abuses, we reached on a point where we're discussing about sexual harassment, sexual assault, and sexual abuse. So, what is sexual abuse? Sexual abuse is basically a deeply traumatic experience that can leave survivors with emotional, psychological, and physical scars. We usually do not discuss this thing. Why? Because we feel ashamed, and especially if the abuser is also a child, especially. So while I was working in 2014 as a head of psychology department in a school, and I told one of the parents that your child is being sexually abused and the abuser is also a child, so they usually do not accept this thing, and they were very reluctant, and they do not say, okay, I had many cases in these past years related to sexual abuses, especially the victims was also a child and the predator was also a child. Why the children do or act like in a way, we do not even think about it. The first reason is, maybe the child who is abuser was also sexually abused by someone earlier. Okay, and the second reason is maybe that child was watching something that he or she is not supposed to watch, that thing that make them act or react or do the same action or imply the same action in the practical life. These are the two reasons. The third reason is it's not compulsory that the abuser is older than the victim. So we have seen a lot of cases in our history that sometimes abuser is younger than the victim also, and this cannot defend them. Okay, so when we learn about the sexual abuse and their trauma, we usually do not discuss these things in front of anyone. And whenever we are reaching out to our parents, as a child, if I'm telling to my parents that, oh, okay, this thing has happened to me, our parents, first of all, they don't take it seriously. And once they take it seriously, they blame themselves. Oh, it's their fault. It's not their fault. Then second thing, when they discuss this thing, they say, oh, stay quiet. If the family member is involved or the abuser is a family member's child or these types of a thing, they said, oh, please just stay quiet and do not discuss things. Not discussing things will make these things worse, and in the long run the trauma become more worse. We know we are having so many consequences of sexual abuse. The physical consequences, we know is this thing that sexually transmitted diseases and a lots of stuff. And the behavior consequences, we also knew this thing that whenever a child is being sexually abused, is having the ultimately fall on the substance abuse criteria to cope with the emotional pain or self-destruction behavior, a risk of sexual activities or risk of suicides will involve, or eating disorders or body images disorders. These things will be there. Or we are having the social consequences. What are the social consequences? The child become isolated, or withdraw with the friends and the family members, or difficulty in forming and maintaining healthy relationship, especially when they grow old. They cannot maintain the healthy relationship with their spouse. Either they're hypersexual or hyperactive, or either they don't want to do anything at all. So their romantic relationship or familiar relationship or platonic relationship will affect. Or they are having they usually stigmatize or victim blaming attitude, they will have that. And whenever you will tell anything to them or discuss anything with them, they will start having the victim blaming behavior, that they are the victim and they blame each and everyone, which can compound feeling of shame and guilt and embarrassment. It leads to a lot of stuff. These people will also have the educational and professional issues in their life. So for example, they will have the difficulty in concentrating on studies or work due to emotional pains or emotional distress. Or these people will also have the negative effects on the academic or the career performances. They won't be able to identify it properly. What are the long run impacts of the sexual abuse? If we are especially can persist into the adulthood while we are discussing this thing, leading to ongoing mental health issues and mental health struggles and the relationship difficulties. It is important to note that the impact of the sexual abuse can vary from person to person. And not all survivors will experience experience the same thing. Everyone face the different consequences. Seeking professional help will be good because they are the safe space for you. You can talk to them because we feel guilty, we feel ashamed, we feel embarrassed. That's why we do not discuss these things with anyone, and those traumas will stay inside us and will rot in us, will damage our rest of the stuff, our relationship, our parenting style especially. It impact the parenting challenges, and it impact the trust issues with our relationship. It impact in recovering and coping other mechanisms of your life. So if you do not heal, you will ultimately have those impacts in the longer run. But if you want to heal, we are the safest space. We will not disclose anything with anyone. I'll reach out to any therapist or discuss those things, and you can heal, because sexual trauma or sexual abuse can be healed in 4 sessions. Thank you so much. I'm Arju Madrasa. Professionally, I'm a psychotherapist, life coach, IEP, hypnotherapist, OGT, Reiki and Silver Healer. I hope this video will be good for you. If you want more information, please do comment under this video, or if you want to book a session, please do visit www.arjumandr.com. Thank you.